Well, hello again. I am going to continue with my blogging because there seems to be some people who are actually interested in my journey. So um, I thought today we would talk about self-esteem and weight loss surgery. Um, Before I had the surgery, self-esteem has never been an issue with me. Even when I was heavy, I was what I believe to be a beautiful woman, although I went through a really tough spell, which I will insert a picture of, um, where I just seemed to give up and not care. And I think that's when I got to be probably close to 300 pounds. I was probably close to 300 pounds. 289 was the highest weight that I was. But my self-esteem now is worse than what it was when I was heavy. I am self-conscious of the loose skin that I have, which is ridiculous because I don't have a lot of it, and I will actually show you what I do have, especially I can show you on my arms. It's not a real lot. Um, there's what I have there on my arms. Um, the other arm is pretty much the same. There's not a lot there. My body, most people don't even realize that I have, people who meet me now before, or I mean, sorry, after I've had surgery, don't even realize that I've lost a lot of weight because I really don't have that much skin, but for whatever reason, I'm self-conscious of it, and I hate this little bit here. And although it's tightened up, and it's not so bad, I still hate it. Um, even though it was a million times worse because I had four chins before, whereas now I just have one, but I have this little gobbler thing like a chicken's or rooster's house. But anyways, it's tightened up some, and it's actually probably not that bad. I don't know. Maybe women at my age just naturally have those. I don't really know. The skin on my body is it's not terrible either. As you can see, this is me in my clothes. So here's my stomach, and if you look at, have some here, um, a little bit here, a little bit down here. But if you see my legs, you'll see my chair's behind there I am from the side. I won't show you too much higher because, like I said, I am struggling with a eating disorder, and my ribs protrude quite immensely when you get a little bit higher. You can even see it through my shirt now. The skin actually helps me to stay looking somewhat normal. If I was to lift my shirt, though, you would definitely be able to see it. And I do have pictures of myself that are a little bit shocking, and I just don't have the nerve yet to show them. Maybe after I've stabilized a bit, I can show you. But the weight inside my here, the skin inside my legs. See if I can show you a little bit better. There's a little bit there. It I think that's the part that bothers me the most is that this skin right here, because as you can see from my stomach and my side, for having lost over 166 pounds, um, there really isn't that much. What have I got to complain about? Just that little bit of tummy there. Um, I just I don't know why it makes me so self-conscious to have that, but I'm very conscious of it when I sit, and I feel like I have a roll there, whereas before, I didn't just have a roll, I had the whole freaking bakery there. It was a dozen rolls. Anyways, back to self-esteem. So I'm not sure by having it removed, which I've already talked about before, that I'm not crazy about the idea of doing that, just simply because I really don't have a lot of skin, and it is enough that it's keeping me in a healthy weight range at the moment. So as far as esteem goes, though, I'm more conscious of. So what I was going to say before my cam cut out on me is I am more conscious of people looking at me now, and that could just be, myself and how I feel about myself. But I know people used to look at me before because I'm heavy, and now I just feel like people look at me now for, I don't know, various reasons, why we can't just like ourselves and accept who we are is beyond me. But I think the thing that insults me the most and that I get the most upset about is how I'm treated by men in particular. I see it with women too, but men, they will now go out of their way to hold the door for me, or smile at me, or help me with something, whereas before I was just ignored, or there was the odd man that would do it, of course, because there is good people out there. But I'm certainly treated differently by the opposite sex, and I'm not the only one who's noticed this. My son gets quite upset when men check me out or whatever, and my boyfriend, my boyfriend slash husband, a couple of times has gotten right miffed about it. At first I was, it's a compliment, and it's nice, but then I get angry, and I think that I'm still the same person, just in a smaller package, and I know they're not looking at me because of the person I am. They're looking at me because of the shape I'm in and the way I look. And of course, I do pay attention to pretty much every detail now, whereas before maybe I didn't. So, what that has to do with self-esteem, I have no idea. I just am more conscious of people when they look at me now, and I always feel like I'm being judged in some way. So I would say that my self-esteem was always good. It's not as good as what it was. I'm much more conscious when I stand in front of people and talk, because when I do that, I go to a lot of networking things where other business people, and I represent the company I work for. We hold staff meetings, and I know that they don't look at me the same way I look at myself, but I'm much more conscious of myself now than I was before. Um, so it's something to think about, the way that you see yourself as you lose weight. I always thought that losing weight would be the miracle cure to all my problems, and I laugh because it's certainly not. I mean, it's made me healthier and somewhat happier, but it certainly doesn't take away all my problems. So I guess I will leave that as this. This is not a negative video. It's just I don't know, just self-esteem and what weight loss can do to your self-esteem. And by my personal experience, I'm not saying everybody will experience this, but it's what I have experienced by losing weight. I actually have less self-esteem than I did before, even though I look a million times better. So I guess I will leave it as that, and one of these days I will cover my vitamins and supplements, but I will fully admit I am not a star at taking my vitamins and supplements. So I will work on that, and then maybe once I've worked on it, I can actually talk about it honestly with you, rather than just putting my vitamins out and saying this is what I take, when in actuality I don't. So I will see you all at the next video. Thanks for tuning in.